definitely read, because it talks about a lot of the stuff that I'm talking about, that agile thinking. And agile is a mindset as well as method. So minimum viable documentation. So what do I mean by that very quickly? Is you need to keep it simple. Project management is not rocket science. Project management's not hard. What's hard in project management is the people, because people are a nightmare. The projects would be great if it wasn't for people, but managing people is a nightmare. All those different personalities and the subject matter. But project management is relatively straightforward. It's who I am, the environment that I create, and the technical ability that I bring. Now, when I started as a project manager, it wasn't about methods. It was about who I was and how I could change that. But methods is so important. Otherwise, you get that, oh, Colin's a lovely guy, but he hasn't got a clue what he's doing. Yeah, it's when we don't have that technical know-how, you don't have the experience. But let's not make it too hard. Now, project plans, risk registers, issue registers, change control, I talked about this, that's your job. You have to do that stuff. If you think you can shortcut any of that, you're not a project manager. That's your job to do all of that stuff. All right? But you need to focus on getting quality in each of those sections. But, and here's the point, you scale it. You scale it for the size of project that you're on. If you're doing a small project, you still need a plan. And a plan is all the stuff. It's communications, it's stakeholders, with a schedule. But that schedule might be higher level if it's a small project. If it's a bigger project, you're going to need to take more time. Obviously, you're going to need to engage more people. Going to need to do all of that stuff. One of the things I hear all the time is PMOs. Again, I'm not talking about Kiwibank specifically, but PMOs. It's the only office in an organisation that has been created to make sure project managers do their job. That's wrong. We should know all of this stuff. We should know that that's the thing. We should never be told to fill in a plan or a report. It's just what we do. But if it's too hard and it's too complex, then the feedback we provide is, it's too hard and it's too complex. Can you make something easier for me to do and to fill in? So, keep it simple. I'm going to finish by giving you a couple of actions. Because there's some things that you can do immediately. And you can do these things. Don't look to someone else to do them. Don't go out of the room thinking, yeah, that's great in theory. Everything I've talked about, I practiced. I was a project manager in '97 before I could Google it. I had no idea what it was. I could Yahoo it, but that really wasn't a thing. I could ask Jeeves, but that was weird as well in '97. That was wrong with that. I was going to ask Jeeves. There was a butler. I was like, I'm not going to ask that guy. Anyway, so you can do all of this, because I've done all of this, and thousands of other people have done this. You can do this, but you've got to do it as a community. You've got to do it as a community. So take a look in the mirror. What are you not good at? If you're not sure what you're not good at, ask someone. But don't ask your friend, because they'll just tell you you're great. Find someone who might be prepared to be honest with you. Number 2, define your project culture. Take the time to think about how. How are you going to get this done? You know, I run a 2-day culture workshop for big projects and programs. Just 2 days on culture, nothing else. We don't talk about the plan, we just talk about the people and how we're going to interact. You can do that too. Number 3, say thank you more. I want more people on project teams to feel cared about by project leaders, and that involves just saying, hey, thanks. That was good work that you did. But also the flip side of that is if you're not getting what you want, we need to be better at managing poor performance. And we need to call it out when it's not achieved what is said. And lastly, I want to bring the real you to work. There's no need for you to bring a game face. There's no need for you to bring something that you feel is acceptable to Kiwibank. Bring you. Bring you to work. And then talk to other people about what it means to be you and how to engage you and how to collaborate with you. It's 2016, this is what we do now. We like vulnerability. We like that stuff. It shows you that you're human. Now, I don't like it when people put on a game face to work. You're not being you. So bring the real you to work. True, right? You can never improve who you are if you're surrounded by dicks. So make sure you choose your friends carefully, and we do this in our personal lives. We shed the people who don't add any value to our lives, who take no interest in us. The same is true in work. Quick plug for my book. There that is. I'm going to skip over that because we've got no time. Book is out in March. It tells you all of this stuff and how to do it. Importantly, it's not theory, it's how. Please feel free to connect with me. I do share a load of stuff that I think is relevant to project managers in 2016. So please feel free to connect on LinkedIn or follow or sign up to the newsletter. I send out a newsletter every 2 weeks. Otherwise, thank you so much for listening. I really do appreciate it. And if you've got any questions, happy to field them after the session. Thank you.